Hi everyone, this is Daisy here, aka Professional High Priestess. Ooh, let me take this dang mask off. I can't wait for them to stop this foolishness with these masks. But honestly, you know what? Let me rephrase that because I feel like I'm still gonna wear a mask anyways because I want to be incognito for a long time. All right. So, I have a message, and the message is tyranny is over. Their plans are not working. And they've run the gauntlet before the war has even started. Now, because it is judgment season, it's going to be judgment season up until the end of 2021 and of 2022. It's going to be judgment season for a minute because you know that the way that these transits are set up for the next few years, it's specifically designed to break down old structures, remove old paradigms, old ways of thinking as we bring in the age of Aquarius, which is all about truth, higher knowledge, crown chakra activations, all of that kind of good stuff, right? So, what solidified this channeling for me was I was like, the tyrants have been destroyed. The tyrants, it's over. Their power has been taken away. I was like, okay. I was driving around today, and I was going like a different way because I was going to like the print shop or whatnot, and I went a different way than I usually go. And I swear to you, y'all, I literally saw my guide in the flesh, like somebody that looks exactly like him. I was like, oh shit. I was like, yeah, confirmation. Then I went to go get something to eat, and the total cost of the food after taxes, the total cost for all the items that I bought was $12. Hanged man. But then the total cost with taxes was 13 being the death card, 17 being the star card. And I was like, okay, keep working. And when I was ordering my food, I just got a salad. And when I was ordering my food, I was like, dang, I wanted to get some plantains, but I was like, you know what, let me just be cool right now with the carbs because I've been working out, getting my body together and whatnot. Hey. And my guides were like, yes, stop eating. But the funny thing is, when I got my box of food, when I got my order, it still had the plantains in it and I didn't have to pay for it. And I was like, oh shit. I was like, the ancestors are hella coming through today. So that's what kind of affirmed that I need to put this message out, that I was not tripping, that I heard loud and clear. I was like, nah, the tyranny is over. They've tired themselves before the real war has started. You know, for some of you guys are dealing with some BS karmics, whether that be roommates or landlords or friends or neighbors or, you know, your baby daddy or karmics or whatever. And what's happening right now is because just the way that the energy is set up, the way that the transits are set up, they're designed to fail. They've been trying every single last thing to try to usurp divine order and take over. But with that 17 that I talked about, you know, that 1317 on my receipt, 17, the star card, it was destined, it was fated. You're protected. You have angels and guides over you, so their plans are not working, right? Because you're the star. Something else too is, for some of you, you're going through whatever type of situation or issue in your life, and you're like at the end of it, it's almost over. But there's gonna be another layer to the battle, right? So what's happening now is these karmics, they don't have any foresight. They lack foresight, they lack insight, they lack proper use of intuition. Remember, a lot of these quote-unquote spiritual karmics, they're being ran by archons and archangels and satanic forces that are not really, they don't have the keys to the streets. So how are they going to give the karmic the keys to the streets, right? And you know, I'm not even going to actually say that. I'm just going to keep my mouth quiet about that. But something else too that I did get, a channeling that I got, was you need to start learning how to booby trap your karmics in the spiritual plane. And you do that by visualization. So you need to start, if you already know how your karmics, how they work, how they operate, set them up in the spiritual plane to get continuously exposed and their plans foiled and returned back to sender. So, because these karmics have spent so much energy in the first initial stage of battle, because you have foresight, you're like, okay, you know what, this may be this is going to be the long game. This battle may go on for a couple years or something like that. Especially if you're in your Saturn return, it may go on for at least another year or two or something like that. You know, so you prepared yourself, you're grounded, you're stable. But these karmics, they're playing a game. They feel like, okay, this is what I'm going to do to win. This is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to do, and they exhaust all of their tactics and they exhaust themselves. So when the real fucking war starts, when the real battle begins, they're tired. They're exhausted. And they play themselves. Now, I want to give you an example. You know, think about gasoline versus solar power. Right now, the earth is the way that it is because we're using too much gasoline, fracking, all that type of stuff, right? We're fucking off the ozone layer. Think about Karmics. They're using gasoline for their plans and their plots and their schemes and whatever the fuck they're doing. It's not natural. It's in devil energy, right? Now think about you. Now think about you. You're using solar power. You're using God source. You're using God energy. So your manifestations may not come as quick as the Karmics because they're using the devil, but your manifestations are lasting longer. Sorry, someone was messaging me. But your manifestations last longer and they're actually more powerful. You see where that go. You see how that dichotomy is working out. So that's another channeling that I got for y'all too. You're using solar power. These Karmics are using gasoline, and you have to keep on stopping and refueling and stopping and refueling and stopping and refueling. But you're powered by a natural source. That's why they're losing. They don't understand what's going on here. And then this was a side channeling that I got for somebody else. Because when I get my channeled messages, I just wait until like they come like several, like one at a time. They drop in, especially when I'm meditating, and then I just wait to put the whole message out all together all at once. But another thing that I did get for some of you guys who are being gang stalked or who are having slander and gossip, what I got, it was no one had a problem until they did. People are starting around you are starting to see something that they're starting to see the truth in something. And that's the message that I got. No one had a problem until whoever was working against you had a problem. And they're starting to realize that whatever you were saying was true. They're realizing that the jig is up. Oh, it's going down. Let's see. Yeah, no one had a problem until they did. Gasoline versus solar power. They're tired before they even ran the gauntlet. Hi, kitty. Oh, she wants to be my friend. Dirt by our living ancestors. Yeah, that tripped me out. Like I was like, oh my God, as I was bending the corner, it looked just like my guide. And he was fine as hell. I was like, hey baby, where you going? I was like, wait a minute. Dirt by our living ancestors. What messages do you have regarding the tyrants have been defeated? What messages have you had? Oh, another message that I got for y'all. For those of you who we did the how to poison a thief. Now, I had one of my subs, look at you got happy ending. I had one of my subs hit me up, New Beginnings, on Instagram, and she told me that after she did the meditation, she had a series of job interviews, and that every time, because of the magic that was done on her, she would get to like the last end, and then like they would like, okay, we're going with somebody else. And she said that it happened this time. But then she said that what happened is 2 days later, they called her back and they gave her the offering. You see? Those incantations, those meditations work, y'all. So you guys also need to make sure that you're doing your works every day. You're doing your prayers, you're doing your mantras, you're doing your candle work, you're doing your incantations, your return to sender as well. That's something that I was told too, because faith without works is dead. You can pray all you want, but you need to be getting into your works, especially if you know you're under spiritual warfare, right? So that was an example. And I'm going to be doing the how to poison a liar very soon too. And man, ooh, it's already working, man. I'm telling you. From experience. That's how I develop these incantations in these classes, from experience. So we'll go ahead and we'll do that. Dear bright and living ancestors, what messages do you have regarding tyranny is over? What messages do you have for the collective regarding tyranny is over? What messages do you have regarding tyranny is over? Look at, you got financial discipline here, something with money. Then you got spirituality here. Then you got, again, happy ending here again. Happy ending here again. Because I was like, what is that about? Financial discipline. I feel like somebody has spent a lot of money and resources in trying to stop you, trying to block you, trying to hinder you. And now that they spent all that money, they're needing that money for something else, whether that be their health or their housing situation or whatever, and they don't have it. They don't have it with the financial discipline here. Clarify financial discipline. Clarify financial discipline for the tyranny. The death card, yeah. They don't have the money that they need. I feel like this person, they check with the letter card here, they check their bank account, they check their bank statements or whatever, and they realize, damn, I don't even have enough money till the end of the year. Like, and I spent hella money on trying to do spell work or block somebody or pay for private eyes or investigators or some shit like that. And they're realizing that they spent their budget. But you see, that's the thing with Karmics, because they're so overzealous. They're so overzealous and they're psychotic, and like they practice sociopathy, they embody the energy of sociopathy. They always overestimate themselves. They're always like overzealous in their attempts and the shit that they're doing. So when it comes down to the nitty gritty, like when it really comes down to the wire, when they really need resources, like their resources are always expended because they always feel like, well, I'm gonna get this, or that will just substitute for that, or they'll feel like maybe I'll kill somebody for a ritual by then, or some bullshit. I don't know. Just take it how it resonates, and it's backfiring. That's not what it is. Clarify spirituality for the tyranny is dead. I had a friend, he used to do art, and he called it justice over tyranny, and I knew what he meant, but now I really know what he meant. Justice over tyranny. There will always be justice over tyranny, especially right now. Oh, something else that I did want to say. I know you're guys like, get with the cards. 1221, y'all. 1221. 1221. What's going to happen on 1221? It's going to be Jupiter and Saturn conjuncting. A lot of these karmics too, they have a lot of karmic debt that they need to pay back ancestor-wise. And with all this energy in Capricorn, you know, Capricorn is the father. It's earth. It's old bones. Old bones, it's the body. A lot of whatever the fuck that they're doing, they're activating low vibrational ancestors in their bloodline that owe a lot of karma. They don't even know this. That's why I say that playing with that shit is a double-edged sword. It's always a double-edged sword. They're tampering into necromancy, trying to call on different entities and deities to help them with whatever the fuck they're doing. And those entities and those deities, they owe karma. So all they're doing is allowing themselves to be a vessel to receive karma in this lifetime. Justice over tyranny. So what's happening right now, Jupiter's going to conjunct Saturn, two gas giants. Look, I know that Saturn, I said that Saturn is comprised out of lead. In the old alchemical text, Saturn was associated with the element of lead, okay? So that's where I got that from. But Saturn is a gas giant. However, Saturn and Jupiter, they're two gas giants. They go together, boom, they're going to expand on one another. Gas expands gas, right? So a lot of these karmics, this is why I say that they've already ran the gauntlet. Remember, Capricorn is over finances too. You got financial discipline here. They're so busy fighting and playing and conniving and maneuvering and MacGyvering in the material realm. They have no idea what's really going on in the spiritual realm. That's why they're continuing to play and play and play, and the shit is falling apart. I'm giving all the keys to the streets. Clarify spirituality. Clarify spirituality. I know I'm going to go hear this on some karmic reader's page in a minute. With the foe here. Yeah, with the foe. Yeah, now look at, they're looking for consolation from the universe because they wanted to play and plot and plan, but the universe defeated them because your spirituality is higher than theirs. That's why you're having a happy ending. Because, you know, a lot of the times, like, even, man, you know, the universe is very comical. It works in very mysterious and very funny ways. They'll let you do what you want, how you want, when you want, but when it's time to pay the piper, it's game over with the death card right here. And I'm going to just keep it hella real with y'all. I'm going to just keep it hella real. You guys know that I'm not like a grim and gore type of person and shit like that, but a lot of these karmics, they are going to be facing death for the shit that they put out. I'm just going to keep it super real because they've tampered too damn much. They're trying too much to control and be a tyrant and hold on and shit like that. And they're going to be experiencing a lot of trauma. A lot of trauma. Some of them, like I said, they're even going to be experiencing death, and you got the death card right here. What's the happy ending? Yeah, now these karmics they want to be consoled. Waiting. It's coming. Yeah, it's coming. A lot of you guys have been waiting for this to be over, and it is. And what I'm being told is Four of Swords type of energy. You need to get that rest in. You need to get that meditation in. You need to get that grounding in because you're going to have a period of downtime, yeah, where you're going to get to integrate this lesson, integrate this victory, really commune with the Most High, deepen your faith, and then you're going to go into round 2 of battle. I'm telling you right now, these karmics are not going to be able to fucking handle that heat. They're not, because they expended all their resources and all their energy just in the first leg of battle. That's why you got to pace yourself and time yourself. You got to pace yourself and time yourself and really know what you're getting into and who you're getting into it with. Because like the well, some people, they have infinite amount of resources and they can go for the long game. They're built for endurance. Capricorn energy, that's endurance. Clarify financial discipline in the death card. Them plantains will smack it. No, I'm gonna just say that. Clarify the death card, and it tasted even better because I knew that Ace of Swords, the truth. That the ancestors wanted me to have it. Yeah, the Ace of Swords, the truth is out. The truth is coming out with this karmic. It could be an older woman here or just someone that's hella messy. This is kind of like my karmic card in this deck. But they know the truth is coming out. I was like, who's behind me? All right, let's look into this. I would like to get to know you, baby. Like to get A piece of that sweet body. Hey, look it. Look. What's financial discipline? Clarify financial discipline here. Two of Pentacles. Yeah, these karmics are juggling. What did I tell you? Nine of Wands. Because they did too damn much. Repetitive over and over and over and over and over again. It's 313, 11111 likes. 313 and 111 likes. So I know I'm onto something. These karmics did something over and over again. I'm telling y'all right now. That's why I do these readings. Prepare. Because you're going to have a next level of the battle or whatever you're going through. Right now, you've won the initial, the initial, battle. The first war. There's going to be a second type of war. And this war is going to be waged completely differently than the first war. So you got to be prepared too. Clarify, Ten of Swords, backstab and betrayal, painful, harsh endings that they cause for themselves. Why? Because you're the fucking Empress. You don't play with the Empress. You play with karmics. Play with, what's the foe? Clarify foe and spirituality. Clarify foe and spirituality. Yeah, Knight of Cups. Yeah. Ooh, someone's regretful. Someone wants an apology. Someone wants to give an apology now. Yeah, Three of Swords here. You know, something else that I am picking up too. Man, some of these karmics gonna, like I said, it's gonna be a different type of war. Some of these karmics gonna start trying to fight with pity and niceness and oh, I'm sorry and reconciliation and shit like that. Ignore that bullshit. Because when they were doing what they were doing, it was all good. Now you knew exactly what you were doing. You're getting karma now. That's why you're coming over here. What's the spirituality? You got the Sun card with the foe card here. Yeah, then you got the Nine of Swords here. Yeah, someone is about to go through some vicious gossip too, because I feel like another thing that I got with the tyrants have been defeated. These karmics didn't expect for their bullshit to get exposed, is what I'm picking up on. They planned with victory in mind. You planned with the Most High in mind and understanding that the war was still being fought. There's going to be another battle. So you fought with you may not have had all the answers. You may not have had all the keys, but you already knew that the Most High was going to give it to you here and here and here. These karmics were being reckless in their approach. They were doing anything, right? So now there's a whole bunch they left a long trail of bullshit and fuckery around for them to get karma and for them to get exposed here. That's what I'm picking up on. And I feel like with the Nine of Swords, vicious gossip here with the spirituality, someone's going to get exposed for some trifling ass shit right here. Man, people just be, people be setting themselves up. Yeah, tyranny is dead. The Most High is like, nah, let them keep on going. Nine of Wands, Nine of Swords, could be a Gemini involved. I want them to keep going. Because this is what's going to happen. The more they keep on going and going and going and going and going and building up, not only is it going to exhaust them, but it's going to prove everything that you were saying. And it's going to expose to everyone around them who this person truly is. Let them keep going. Let them keep going. Because they think that that's why I always say, when people think that they're moving in silence, they're really moving in karma. When you think that you are moving in silence, you are really moving in karma. There we go. Clarify happy ending with waiting. It's coming. Clarify happy ending. What is this? Three of Swords? Yeah. After dealing with heartbreak and betrayal. Yeah. And madness. Why? Because you got God right beside you with the Hierophant here. It was ordained and destined for you to get over this. And plus, you have a higher power. That's why with the happy ending card here. Yeah. It's like, I'm hearing something about it's written in stone. It was written in stone for you to overcome and to transmute all this bullshit and fuckery. And you know, a lot of y'all, you went through bullying or you went through being rejected or you went through a lot and you just focus on your healing and your work and stuff like that. You go through your healing and your work and all that type of stuff. And because of that, you've transmuted a lot of trauma and a lot of karmic energies. But a lot of these karmics, they haven't. And that's why they're getting karma now. And that's why I'm telling you that Jupiter-Saturn conjunction is about to be a bitch for a lot of people. Clarify ending. People really think that I have knowledge, I can escape. I'm telling you, you guys, you have to understand a lot of these karmics, they don't really they don't think deeper. They're not practical in their understanding. It's like no earth in their chart. Clarify happy ending. They're overzealous. Clarify happy ending with the Hierophant. Yeah, with the sneaky fox here. Yeah. Infinite wealth, resources here. Didn't I tell you that? Yeah. And I feel like for some of y'all, it's going to pause. Something good is going to come out of this for you. And then you're going to have time to enjoy your resource or something like that. And then you're going to go back into the war again and defeat the rest of the bullshit. Yeah, the Most High is setting it up that way. And something else that I am hearing for some of y'all is some of you guys may be despairing or not believing with the Hierophant energy here and the Three of Swords, like maybe going through a lot of grief or whatnot. But what I'm being told to tell you is the ancestors said that there's too much on the line for you to lose. Like, it's not possible right now. Another thing that I'm hearing, like I said again, man-made laws don't apply. And then another thing too that you have to understand is right now the South Node in Scorpio, in Vedic, South Node in Sagittarius, in Vedic, people associating with systems and politics and religions, philosophy for power and misusing and abusing them, that's going to work against them. South Node in Scorpio. People associating with a necromancy, dark black magic, manipulation, all of that type of stuff that's associated with low vibration, scorpionic energy, it's going to work against them. And then we got that 12-21 conjunction. Yeah, game over. Game over. Saturn's about to move back into Aquarius. Child. Whoo! When I say the tea, this tea is piping fucking hot, and it's herbal tea too on top of that. Ooh-wee. 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 Clarify the financial discipline here. You got, okay. What is this with here? Oh, let me shuffle this again. Matter of fact, oh yeah, I got the poverty and the high honor. Okay. So something else that I am picking up in regards to this time ring is dead. God actually kind of supported some of these karmics. They were given an olive branch and they're like, you know what? Maybe you can get out of generational poverty in this lifetime. So we'll give you some money. We'll give you some coins and stuff like that. High honor card. But this karmic misuse and abuse it to play games or do whatever the fuck. So now they're going to be going into poverty. This is a more appropriate spread here. With the poverty card, it was reinforcing exactly what I'm saying. They spent so much money on trying to work against you, come against you, paying for readings or spell work and rituals and shit like that. When it's time for them to pay for like a lawyer or pay for them to get their health fixed because the magic is backfiring, or pay for them to move because they've been outcasted from wherever they are, pay for protection or whatever, they're not going to have the money for it. So these karmics are really actually just, they're powering up your manifestations, really, if you really think about it. They really are. They really freaking are. Happy ending right here. Let's keep going. We'll do another spread. And then we'll leave up out of here for today. They set themselves up. 144 in the chat. Salute. 2217 right there on the clock. Salute. It's over. Dear bright and loving ancestors, what messages do you have regarding tyranny being over? What messages do you have regarding tyranny? What messages do you have regarding the end of tyranny? Some people do not know what time it is, man. Some people really do not know what time it is. Astrologically, now is not the time for any type of bullshit, fuckery, or games, period. And a lot of people are scrambling. I'm seeing people scrambling, running around. They're like last-ditch efforts. They're exhausted though, so they're fumbling and they're creating like a paper trail and evidence. And they're slipping up and they're tripping up and they're causing a lot of problems and chaos for themselves because they're doing too damn much. My guide said that's exactly the plan. Because they're like, we already know how they operate. For some of you guys wondering why now, why it's happening right now, it's because of the way that the transits are set up. I remember when you work for Most High, like God and shit like that, I didn't really understand this concept when I was younger. When you work for God, let's say for instance, you're being gang stalked or whatever the fuck, or you have to deal with like a karmic, a toxic individual, and you know the stuff that you know, you're the person that's supposed to bring this person their karma, and you get your rewards in the end, you get your blessing. I didn't understand that. It took me a while to understand that. Now I do. I'm like, I'm fucking ready for the job. It's not always a fun job. Every job has its ups and its downs, but 95% of this job is hella fun. I was like, I can do this this is a dope ass job. I'm like, I'm down. What messages do you have regarding the end of tyranny, please? It's over. It's already happened in the spiritual realm. They're weakened just by the transits. Now let it come down into the spiritual realm. What do we have here? We have the King of Swords here. The end of tyranny. We got the Eight of Swords here. Okay, and then we have the Emperor here. Okay, so with the end of tyranny, you know, something that I did have a dream about somebody. I think somebody could be dealing with like an abusive baby daddy or ex-boyfriend or something like that. And I saw him come out onto the porch and he was like a straight up fucking demon. Like he was blazing, like covered in flames and just going hella, oh my God. And you were sitting in the car and you were like, it was like a Suburban, I think, and you were sitting in the car with a child or a dog, and you were like trying to get away from this person. King of Swords energy. If you've been dealing with an abusive man, that person's about to get locked up very soon. That necessarily doesn't have to be your story, but if you've been dealing with any type of abusive man with the King of Swords here, that person's about to get locked up. The King of Swords can also be an investigator or a lawyer. There are some indictments or some shit that's about to come down, investigations on some people, is what I'm seeing here. Clarify. Ooh, 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 ooh. Another thing, too, that I picked up with the tyranny is over. These glamour spells ain't working like they used to, man. These glamour spells are not working no more. These karmics are going overtime with the sympathy spells and the glamour spells to try to get out of trouble, to get people to feel bad for them and shit like that, and it's not working. These karmics are sick as fuck, and they've been playing with real high-level manipulation and MacGyvering and tampering with other people's will, and that shit's about to back fucking fire, especially with Mercury going into Scorpio, and it's going to be retrograde. Well, Mercury is in Scorpio right now, but it's going to be retrograde. Then Mercury's going to be going into Libra too, so there's going to be a lot of karma. A lot of karma coming out for 7th house and 8th house matters, but also around like justice and also around the misuse and abuse of sexual energy, power, all that type of stuff. I feel like a lot of stuff about people's passing too, it's going to be coming up as well with Mercury being in Scorpio. So, you know, Scorpio rules over those elements. So that's what I have picked up for y'all. We'll do a reading just like we did one in Pisces. Because that Mercury retrograde in Pisces, child, I'm telling you, that stuff is still lingering. There's so much still coming up out the woodworks from that Pisces and Scorpio. Now we're gonna be going to, ooh, man, these transits be hidden, man. And notice one of my subs, she posted this and she was like, did you notice how every single retrograde of Scorpio this year was Mercury was in water? I was like, that makes hella sense. Every single retrograde this year was in a water sign for Mercury. Huh? Pisces being the 12th house, things that are hidden, and the subconscious mind. Cancer being the 4th house of family and nationality. Then you got Scorpio being in the 8th house of sex, death, control, regeneration, and taxes. So I also feel a lot around tax evasion, tax fraud is going to be coming out too. Some indictments around that with the 8 of Swords here and the King of Swords. Investigations, Emperor here. Wow, a lot of masculine energy. What's the tyranny? Messages regarding tyranny, the end of tyranny. Messages regarding the end of tyranny for karmics. You got the Star card. Wasn't I just talking about the Star card at the very beginning? Yes, it's over because you're protected. It was destined for these people to be defeated at this point in time. Their powers are weakened. And then, oh my God, you got Chiron. Oh, you got Chiron and Mars retrograde. As well as Lilith and Aries. Yeah, all that warmonger shit is done for. It's debilitating the 1st house for a lot of people. Their health is being impacted and shit like that. Yeah, the end of tyranny. Woo! Dear bright and one-loving ancestors, what messages do you have for the end of tyranny? 7 of Cups here. Didn't I talk about these glamour spells wearing off and breaking down? And then here you got the Emperor. Someone's ancestry is very strong. Is what I was talking about. Because, you know, Emperor is like the father. That's Capricorn energy too. But, you know, Emperor is like Aries, Taurus energy. But somebody here has very strong ancestors. I'm feeling like war strategist or something like that. If not, that like maybe they were part of the military or they were just very much like grounded and focused and stuff like that. And I feel like these karmics, they played in the wrong bloodline. Like, I'm telling you right now, like a lot of these karmics, they feel like they're protected. They got their ancestors behind them, shit like that. They don't. Because even the low vibrational ancestors that they're working with, they're under dominion from the high vibrational ancestors. Nah. And what's happening is like, you know what? Yeah, a lot of y'all, I'm just going to keep that right there. You guys got high vibrational ancestors, period. 5 of Cups, they regret it. With the tyranny, they regret it. Tyranny is over. Somebody may have been trying to take control over you, a bad boss or some shit like that, a baby daddy, that's over. Dear bright and one-loving ancestors, what messages do you have regarding the end of tyranny? What's this? You got the 7 of Wands, yes, and the 8 of Cups, they're being blocked out. They're being blocked out. Their plans are not working. I told you, they're being debilitated. 8 of Cups, they're being forced to walk away. Pisces energy. They're being forced to walk away. Devil card right here, yeah. The devil's been defeated. They can't play anymore the way that they wanted to. And with the 8 of Swords here, self-made mental prison. These people are in spiritual jail, trying to play. Let's see what we got here. Dear bright and one-loving ancestors, please clarify the 8 of Swords. Clarify the 8 of Swords. What's this? What's this? 8 of Swords. You got the mature man. Oh, shit. Yeah, someone could be getting locked up. False person here. False person here. Like I said, a judge, an investigator, a DA, or something like that. There's about to be an investigation. Someone's about to get caught up. Clarify the devil with the courthouse here. Yeah, spiritual court. Spiritual court. Why? Because your ancestors are the official person here. Your ancestors are the official person. That's why this person is going through the bullshit that they're going through and the karma that they're going through, because they stepped into the wrong bloodline. What's this? A star card? Clarify the star card, please, for me. What's the star card? What's this right here? Okay, there's something with the child here. It was destined from when you were a child. Aha. Yeah, with the star card. Clarify the star card, please. What's the star card for the end of tyranny? Someone could be using a child. Yeah, you got the pathway here with the mature woman. I'll put that back. And then you got sudden wealth here too. But what I'm seeing here is this was destined since you were a child for you to happen. It's written in your Akashic records. And people are trying to tamper and play around. It's not going to work with the false person here. These people, what I'm being told is they're going to keep on getting exposed, and their plans are going to keep on turning back onto them until they learn to stop lying. Because like I said, just the way that energy is set up right now, it's not conducive for lying. It's not conducive for manipulation. It's not conducive for any type of game being played. It's conducive for the truth coming out. It's conducive for teaching and learning, and it's conducive for the proper use of the intellect and the communication skills. Yeah, that much. But not this other shit that y'all got going on. Clarify the Seven of Wands. With the prison here, I'm telling you, someone's going to fucking prison, yo. Someone's going to jail. This has been coming up in a lot of reading sorrow, and someone feels sad. But because I'm telling you, that's why these karmics, you just got to be careful whose energy you step into, because by stepping into certain bloodlines and certain fields, you get your karma. That's just been the general message coming out. That's just been the general message. Spiritual jail too. I said this months ago. It's spiritual jail right now. You know, the Eight of Swords is Gemini energy, right? And the North Node is in Gemini. So if we know that the North Node is in Gemini, and Gemini is the Eight of Swords, the Nine of Swords, the Ten of Swords, we can expect that energy to be very, very much out and prevalent in the atmosphere. That's another thing too, King of Swords energy as well. Clarify the Eight of Cups. Neptune and Pisces, all the energy, all the signs are coming out here in terms of like the major transits. You got Scorpio right here with the Seven of Cups. You got the star card, Aquarius energy. We got Saturn going into Aquarius too. You got the Devil, Capricorn energy. We have a whole stellium in Capricorn right now. We got the King of Swords here. It's Libra season. We got the North Node in Gemini right now too. Eight of Swords as well. You got the Emperor, Aries energy, Chiron, Mars, Lilith in Aries too. So all the transits are sitting right here. Clarify Eight of Cups. With the falseness, yeah. Someone's being forced to walk away after being constantly at it. Day in and day out with the Nine of Wands here. Day in and day out. They have to give up the ghost now. What's the Emperor here? Someone's ancestors are pissed off and they're watching. Yeah, there's a big boss in the spiritual realm. What's the Emperor? And you know, these karmics, like, they're so stupid. They feel like they can just go get a reading on, yeah, money here. But someone's baby daddy is going to have to pay out with the priest here too. Somebody, a lot of y'all got inheritances. A lot of y'all, your ancestors are working things out in the spiritual realm for you to get the things that you need. But something else too is like a lot of the karmics, like what happens is they don't understand like the laws in the spiritual realm. They think that they do, but they really don't. And they feel like they can just go get a false ass reading or whatever. Remember, they don't even have the energy. They can't tap into your energy field. It's just like people trying to do readings on celebrities. Like their energy, it tells them anything because they're not even high enough to tap into that person's energy. You see, how is someone lower than me going to tell me about my energy? No, it's going to reflect back. So what's happening right here is these karmics didn't understand your rank. And they spent a whole lot of time with spell work with the priest card here or whatever the fuck, or trying to tamper in the spiritual realm, but it's still coming out. Another thing that I am getting here too with the tyranny, it's over. Your child's father may have not been helping you, supporting you, things like that. That's going to come to an end here. I feel like he's going to be convicted for child support fraud, or he's going to be convicted in the spiritual realms, and he's going to end up losing everything he has then. Clarify false person. Clarify false person. What's this right here? Wow, we got the Lover here. And we got despair here. With the false person. in terms of the tyranny is over. I also feel like too, for those of you who like your DM may be with the karmic or whatnot, your DM or your DF may be with the karmic. This karmic is being exposed as a false person, and your person is in despair. You see the man with like the gun to his head? Yeah, he's having a hard time. Or your DM or these karmics can feel like this too, because they played with like separation spells and shit like this with the haughtiness. Yeah, they were too hot for their own good. Overzealous is what I'm hearing. And that energy with that haughtiness and stuff like that, they're tapped out. Seven of Cups, they're overwhelmed. They're overwhelmed. They got too many cups running around in the sky. Too many potions, too many illusions. This person is overwhelmed by their own game. What's the Devil card? Yes, tyranny is over. They've weakened themselves before the war has even started. Yeah, with the Death card here, the devil is done. I told you the devil's been defeated in spiritual court right there. The devil's been defeated. It's over. No longer can they play these games. Their power's been weakened. And just Aries and all that energy and man, all that energy in Chiron, all that energy in Aries, excuse me, with Chiron and Mars being there retrograde and Lilith too. Yeah, it's not a good look. It's not a good look right now. It's not. It really isn't. And you know, Aries and Scorpio energy is the Tower. That's not a good look. You know, Sagittarius energy is the Ten of Wands. Not a good look at all. What's the King of Swords? You got the pleasure seekers here. Yeah, I feel like there's something going on with the child's father that maybe drags you around, or he be out and about like putting his thing in other women or lying to you and shit like that and working against you. His reign is over. And you know, another thing too about these men, a lot of them that they've really literally built their lives off of the energy of other women, stealing from other women spiritually, either that be from their sexual energy or from lying to them, getting them to pay for stuff, etc. That was all on borrowed time is what I'm hearing. And now a lot of them with this Capricorn energy, they're gonna have to pay for it. It's like the last ditch effort from the it's also like the remnant of the Cancer North Node energy, but also too, you know, we had a lot of these different moons in Cancer this year. That energy is working itself out, but also too, South Node and Scorpio is the abuse of the sexual energy. They're getting karma for that right now. Pleasure seekers. Pleasure seekers. They're getting karma for that right now. What's the Seven of Cups? Tyranny is over. You got size. Yeah. These people don't know what to do with the foe here. Yeah. Your enemies are overwhelmed. What did I tell you? By trying to play all these games with you, they only overwhelm themselves. We talked about this the other day. They realized that you were a trap. Now they realize that they've been trapped. Now they realize that they walked themselves straight into a mouse trap. It's fucked off. You know, the funny thing is, like, people play with this spider web magic. I think it's from the Lakota tradition, like the Native American folks, Lakota people, or Navajo. I think it's from Lakota. Yeah. These people play with the spider magic. And then that shit goes reverse, and then they get caught up in their own spider's web. That's so sad. Because, you know, the spider web magic, it's supposed to amplify in somebody's life to create more weaves around them of narcissists, because that's how the spider web works. So they keep on attracting more and more and more, and it creates a bigger weave and a bigger network of narcissists. Imagine when that shit gets flipped onto the person that created that. Whew. Man. People don't really be understanding what they play with, but that's okay. That's okay. Tyranny is over, y'all. This is the first level of the battle. Look at you got hostilities and all tied up. You can't see it because it's dark, but it says hostilities and all tied up. They're all tied up. Yeah, trying to be hostile, trying to play games with you, trying to run you through run your name through the dirt, or try to do whatever the fuck they're trying to do to you, drain your energy, lie, cheat, steal, connive, MacGyver, manipulate, all that stuff. Conspire, MacGyver, conspire, control, manipulate, calculate, whatever. It's over. What messages do you have regarding the end of tyranny? What messages do you have regarding the end of tyranny? They're going to be forced to forfeit. But you know, Karmics, they never like losing a quote-unquote battle. This is not a battle. When you look at deceit here, when you're playing with the divine individuals, or when you know that you've been in the wrong, there's no such thing as like a battle. It's just you being disrespectful and not knowing your place. But you know, Karmics, they like children of unsuccessful rebellion. They never stop until they get their ass handed to them by the universe. That's what we got going on here. Clarify hostilities. Clarify hostilities. Ace of Swords, clarity, yeah. Ace of Swords and the sneaky snake with the Queen of Wands right here, yeah. I'm telling you right now. Ace of Swords with the sneaky snake, the Queen of Wands right here. You know, the craziest thing is, another thing that I'm getting is like a lot of these karmics, like they're going to be going hard right now. Like one of my subs actually just emailed me right before I did this and said that she got attacked in front of her house because these karmics, like I'm telling you, they're losing control. They're losing all fucking control. And as we go into the winter months, yeah, it's going to get even worse because they're losing control. They're quote unquote losing the battle. No, you're not losing. That's fucking karma. You should have never started this shit in the first place. Clarified deceit. So they're going to be coming extra hard with more bullshit and it's going to be getting right in return to sender as usual. Clarified deceit. We got the Queen of Swords here. Someone needs to be ice cold is what I'm seeing here. That's what I'm seeing here with the deceit card, being ice cold and staying away from like discernment though, because the Queen of Swords is very sharp. She's very quick-witted. Be careful. Or with this, what I'm seeing here is there's like some karmic that was trying to deceive you or cause deception and shit like that in your life. It's turning back on her. It's turning back on her. Yeah, you got to be careful with the sharks that you want to swim with because eventually them sharks is going to turn on you. You got to be careful. Clarify all tied up. Clarify all tied up. Someone got some bad news. I saw the Page of Swords. Clarify all tied up. Yeah, with the sneaky fox. Yes. Oh, I'm telling you. Sneaky fox with the 9 of Wands. Someone's getting caught up by their own game. Yep, someone's getting caught up in their own fucking trap. Or the trap the Most High set around you. I told you by doing this, whatever they were doing repetitively over and over and over and over and over again, not knowing when to stop, constantly crossing boundaries, wanting to play God and all that other shit, they're about to get a harsh lesson. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm seeing here. That's why they're hostile and they're trying to find more ways to deceive and decept and control and manipulate and slow things down. I'm also being told that any karmic that's attempting to try to slow anything down for you, they're going to experience those same exact delays in their life. So they better think twice because what you put out is what you get back. And it's in the way that they least expect it. In the way that they least expect it. At the time that they least expect it. It's in the way and at the time that they least expect it is what I'm being told. So these karmics think that they're going to try to stop you and then their projects are going to go good. Nah, it's not going to happen like that. Look at, yeah, Ace of Wands in the reverse. Major gift being lost. Major financial loss being had here. Major financial loss being had here. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm getting here. So y'all, I just wanted to put this quick channeled message out because my guides were like, they gave me triple confirmation. Seeing my guide in the flesh and then going to seeing the numbers on my receipt and then getting my little free plantains. I was like, oh yes, baby, they're getting this message today. They're getting this message today. Anyways, y'all, stay prayed up, stay focused, keep doing your works. Make sure you're doing your karma clearing meditations, your baths and things like that. Make sure you two are staying in a high vibration and not letting these karmics get to you because that's another thing that they're doing as well. They're trying to play all types of psychological mind games and tactics and shit like that, and they're just sick and it's not gonna work. And they're gonna have those same tactics, turned back on them. That's why you gotta be really careful with how you want to put someone in the 10 of Swords. You gotta be really careful because when you experience it, it's gonna be gut-wrenching. Yeah. And trust me, they can't take it the way that you take it. Nah, they can't because they're weak. They like to dish it out. So by the time it comes to their door, it's going to be game over for them. So anyways, I hope all is well. I hope you all enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.